I don't think I've ever done a stewardship campaign by video before, but that's what this is. And I want to start it off with an apology. The apology is for something that you may not even be aware of. But at the start of the pandemic, when we had to close down in-person worship, one of the things that went through my mind, and I'm sure it went through other people's as well, was that the church was going to take a financial hit because of that. And in fact, the congregation's giving has remained steady and generous. And that hit that we expected never came. And I apologize, I actually do apologize for even thinking that it would. We have been able to hold things together pretty well. And we were aided especially by applying for government funds through the Payroll Protection Plan. And that provided us with a sum total of $48,485 that helped to keep everyone on staff fully paid for a period of 8 weeks. And because the money was used as it was designated, that has flipped over from a loan to a grant. And that means that we are going to finish, I feel reasonably certain, the year in the black and doing well. Along with that, a couple other things happened. One was that when Dave Stauffer left, we began to look for a new youth director, but that had to be suspended in the course of the pandemic. And that meant that that money from the salary was saved, not spent. We also had lower utility costs because the building has been not fully used during the time that the Montessori school has been closed. So that was savings on water, electricity, things like that. Now that we're coming back, those utility bills will be returning in the fall along with the Montessori school. I should say they're opening up with a lot of precautions in place, just like us. We are returning, and in September, we'll be back in the sanctuary for worship, again with precautions and smaller groups. As a result of that, we're also looking at next year's budget. And we don't think that the costs will be as low as they were this year. We are asking everybody to fill out the usual pledge cards that are going to be mailed out shortly. And once you have them, consider what your level of giving is able to be. And we will also have a full financial report in the envelope with the cards so that you can see where the money is going and what it's going to. I will say that we do everything we can to make sure that every cent that is given to ministry goes to ministry in a responsible and in an accountable way. And that's just how it should be. I mean, that's just how it should be. And the budget that we produce for the coming year will reflect that. Ministry continues even under the changed circumstances. Worship is continuing both online and in person. Pastoral care, we try. There's been limitations placed on visiting, and that has made it a little sticky. But I do want to say a word of thanks. People who are part of the Congregational Care Committee have been out there, have done a lot of good work staying in contact with people and letting me know when things have been needed. We've, thank the Lord, not had a lot of funerals. Those have been conducted at funeral homes rather than at the church. Music ministry, the choir has continued to meet the best it can. The bell choir has continued to rehearse and will be beginning rehearsals again in the fall, probably not in September, but after that. We have continued Christian education in different ways, and most of it has been online, including Bible school. But that has also involved going from place to place and delivering materials to people so that they can use them with their children in the course of the week or on Sunday morning as the lessons are conducted online. The kitchen ministry has done great things, and they have been continuing to work with the ecumenical feeding program at St. Peter's. There are no sit-down meals right now, but people are still being fed. And box lunches are being prepared. Soon, the Lydia Circle will be preparing some box lunches also for Good Works. Things are picking up. We're not sure how it's going to unroll, but ministry itself has continued. The costs associated with it have also continued, and the giving associated with it has also continued. I wish I were able to put my finger exactly on how things will be, and I can't. But I can say this. We have been proceeding on faith, and that's what God asks of us, and the faith that we've placed both in Him and in the people. Neither of those has been misplaced, and for that I'm grateful. So stick around, and when you get your pledge card, take a look at it, mail it back, and we will stay in contact and keep you up with everything as it unrolls. Thanks very much for your time. Take care.